There's just a couple of things that I could say that would sum up bluegill fishing in the wintertime. I'd say the most important thing is to go light. Light action rods, super light line, light reels is the way to go. You don't want to overpower these fish with heavy line. It'll really restrict how many bites you get. And when I say ultra light, I'm talking 1 to 2 pound test max, nothing heavier than that. Tiny little teardrops, and as far as for bait, I like waxworms. Spikes worked best for us on this particular trip. Mousies are also very good, but you want to have an assortment. You want to have a little of everything to try. Well, teardrops kind of fall into 2 basic categories. Ones that hang horizontal in the water, and this is a good example of horizontal teardrops. These are designed to tie on the line just the way you tie on a lead head jig, and you use this one as a good example. You can see you tie your line on there and they're going to hang horizontal in the water. This is one type of presentation that works particularly well for bluegills, but it's not always the best presentation. But this group, the horizontal group here, are very, very handy, and some of these you can see are pretty good size too. The bigger teardrops, of course, are for fishing in deeper water. And sometimes the smaller teardrops, not only are they useful in shallow water, but sometimes finicky fish will bite a smaller teardrop over a larger teardrop. Of course, these are vertical teardrops, and you can see that the line tie is on the top of them instead of in the middle, and they are designed to hang vertical in the water. And clearly, they look a little different than the horizontal style teardrop, and in some cases, these work better. I think that this is the traditional style of teardrop. I think the horizontal ones are a little bit more of the modern method, but both of these work well, and I would never be caught out on the ice without a good assortment of both vertical and horizontal style teardrops in all kinds of sizes, and certainly in all kinds of shapes and colors. It's right during the middle of the day now, and the bluegill bite's starting to slow down, and that's typical. They're going to bite better in the morning, they're going to bite better in the evening. As the day has slowed down here, what I've decided to do is put 2 rods into my program. Now, I still got the same rod that I was jigging earlier today, and I'm going to continue to jig it actively and try to intimidate fish into biting, keep it moving, try to attract fish into the hole. But I have a second rod here that I've added right near my side here, and I put it on a rod holder, and it isn't going to be moved. It's what I call my dead stick. It's another teardrop. I put a different type of bait on it. Instead of putting a spike on it, I've got a waxworm on this one. So I got a spike on this one, and I'm moving it pretty aggressively. I've got a waxworm on this one, and I'm not moving it at all. And what's going to happen, oops, there's a fish, look at there. Oops, this looks like a smaller one. What's going to happen is the fish that come into the hole are either going to go for the active jig or they're going to go for the one that's not as active. And this is a very good bluegill right here. Tangle up a little bit of my transducer wire here. Let's see if I can get that out of the hole. There he comes. Look at that. What a beautiful fish. What a beautiful bluegill. Definitely a nice sized fish, and exactly what we're looking to try to accomplish here. The cool thing is that we're doing 2 things here. We're jigging aggressively with one rod, and we got the other rod sitting here just as a dead stick. Now this fish came into the hole. I saw him on the flasher. He was very aggressive. He came up and he hit the one that I was moving, and that's what we're kind of hoping will happen. But some of these fish that come into the hole are not aggressive. They're curious. They look at your presentation and they don't bite the fast moving jig. What they end up doing is hitting this dead stick over here. So by using a dead stick, you've got 2 presentations, a fast presentation and a slow presentation, and that makes a huge difference. That is a gorgeous bluegill no matter where you might catch them. I love these fish. They are absolutely spectacular. There he goes.